Thank you, recruits.
A stiff, bearded older man wearing a hard-worn ranger uniform and a battered old cowboy hat. General Vargas walks with a cane, but he's not helpless. He wears a pearl-handled revolver on his hip, and there are a lot of notches on the barrel. Immediately after his eulogy to Ace, Vargas addresses our squad. Apparently our first assignment as Rangers is to investigate his death. Drift first asks the General how Ace died. Apparently he was on a mission to locate the source of a concerning radio signal by hooking up repeater units to 3 radio towers, but he was killed after connecting the first one. His logbook wasn't with his corpse, so finding that could also be useful. Drift was also a little unsure if the new team was up to the task, but Vargas was out of options, and Ranger Team Echo is the last available team to handle this mission. It wasn't an answer she was happy to hear, but Drift would have to bear it. Our mission, as of now, is to recover Ace's logbook and repeater units, potentially completing Ace's mission if needed. The location is a radio tower east of the Citadel, and the signal we're zeroing in on was strange, talking about machines and men becoming one, and how the broadcaster was coming for the Rangers. Lastly, Vargas told us that if we succeed in this mission, we would be welcome within the Citadel walls. At this, Drift smirked. Sir, this mission should be more important than testing us. If you want us to track this signal down, doesn't it make more sense to let us in and stock up to ensure success?
Using logic on me, eh? Smartass.
Drift is right, but Vargas has a feeling about the team and thinks sending them out underprepared will tap into some hidden depths they don't even know they have.
Good luck out there, recruits.
Team Echo is standing in the Citadel graveyard, with crosses and boards marking our predecessors that didn't make it. Cadet Zambra, PFC Bernard Asaf, Major General Redhawk, and so on. Phalanx hopes it's a long time before his name is in this field as he glances to the sky warily. There's an extra shovel near Ace's grave, and Stone picks it up, figuring the other Rangers were done using it. Before us rise a pair of massive 20-foot bronze doors, now green with age and corrosion, engraved with ancient and barely legible writings. They look like they've been standing there since the beginning of time. It's the main entrance to the Citadel, and as the soldier standing guard reminds us, we aren't allowed in yet. Past that is a small wooden bridge and a kindly older woman in standard-issue ranger garb under a small awning. She seems occupied counting goods and organizing crates. Aside from the uniform, she's the picture of a loving grandmother. Drift could swear she almost smells like freshly baked cookies. Her name is Corporal Solveig Sefors, and she runs a small trading post for the Rangers. Hello, recruits. Welcome to Solveig Sundries. Happy to trade whenever you like. An honor to make your acquaintance. Always nice to see new faces around here, and a pleasure to make sure they have everything they need before heading into the big bad world. Drift asks if the corporal can outfit the team, and she does have some basic goods for a price. If we want better gear, we'll have to speak with Sergeant Melson when we get access to the Citadel. She also mentions that Melson is a great friend and a great quartermaster. Phalanx uses some of his scrap to buy a few extra bullets for his gun. Keeping extra ammo is never a bad idea. There are a few Rangers in training sitting near the Citadel exit, and one of them shouts to Drift to pick up a nearby tin can. However, there's a goat eyeing that can, and she'd rather not take the goat's next meal. On the north edge of the Citadel is another young Ranger scrubbing graffiti off of a wall. It's barely legible, so he must be doing a decent job. Drift notices a line of white poles forming a perimeter around the entrance and wonders what they might be for. Near the scrubbing ranger is a patch of fresh dirt, and Stone decides to check if there's any buried treasure with his new shovel. There's some scrap, a couple bullets that no one has a gun for, and a scorched box. Another patch of dirt near the entrance is another opportunity for Stone to play treasure hunter. He never misses a chance to find something secret. More scrap, and a large ring that doesn't fit anyone. 2 more patches of dirt to the south give more ammo, more scrap, and more junk.
God damn it, Ace. You never should have put down the wrench and picked up the gun.
Also to the south, a red-headed woman stands overlooking the graveyard with tears in her eyes. Her name is Angela Death, or Angie for short, and she was close to Ace. Stone asked how well she knew Ace. She met him when he worked for a man named Farron Brygo in Vegas. She had met him in Quartz, where he was locked up after pissing someone off. He went on to help Angela and her team of Rangers fight at Base Cochise, after which he joined the Rangers semi-officially. She then mentions that she knew the mission was trouble. When she delivered the repeater units to him at the Rail Nomads, Ace said he thought he was being followed after a while, but was probably just spooked by the broadcast. Whoever is sending this message has some sort of vendetta against the Rangers. She mentions that the Rail Nomads would be a better place, but the two standing powers there have some sort of long-standing rivalry. She mentions that our team reminds her of her old team, which included General Vargas, Hellraiser, and Thrasher. Turns out, before the assault on Cochise, Vargas was a wild son that went by the name of Snake, but now he's running the show. Thrasher was badly wounded in the assault, and Vargas let him work in the museum. As it turns out, Gilbert has a knack for cartography. Hellraiser disappeared a couple weeks before Ace's death, and no one knows if he's dead, AWOL, or left to join the Scorpions or something. He wasn't very social, but he was loyal and lived up to his name. Stone then asks about Cochise, which was an old pre-war military factory, with a rogue AI sending robots to try and kill everyone, that was assaulted by Angela's team. On that day, Angela became Captain Death. Next, he asked about Woodson. He's the radio technician and our lifeline to the base when we're in the field. He's also apparently the only ranger that knows how the repeater units work. Stone also asked about the Scorpions, a group of raiders that moved into the old prison base when the Rangers left. Now they call themselves a militia, acting like some sort of second branch of the Rangers, but they're just petty thugs running protection rackets for a quick buck. The Scorpions claim the eastern part of Arizona as their territory, and claim that it's crime-free, but Angela has her doubts. As we start to walk away, Angela stops us. She said that Vargas wanted her to stay away from Ace's death because of personal ties, but she's not okay with that. She asks to join the team to find Ace's killer, going against orders, promising that she could give the team a few pointers along the way. Echo Team convened and decided having a seasoned veteran on board is never a bad idea.
Cool. No need to tell Vargas why I joined you. If anybody asks, I'm just helping you get oriented, all right?
Stone returns to Corporal Selvig's store to sell his buried treasure. In exchange, he buys a few pocket medic packs for Drift. With that done, it's finally time to head out. As they're leaving the Citadel, they get a call on the radio. It's General Vargas. He decided to be Echo Team's dispatcher from now on, and warns us to keep our canteens full if we're going to venture out into the world. He also tells us that after getting the repeater units, they'll be installed in the Ag Center and High Pool. Finding Ace's killer is a secondary goal. Turns out the reason Vargas decided to be our dispatcher is that Ace's death made him realize that he needs to know more about what's going on in the world. Stone wants to take point, using his strength to rationalize it. Drift is still apprehensive about the mission, but Angela's joining has relieved her a bit. Angela and Jack are discussing survival tips as they travel, and Phalanx is giddy because he finally gets a chance to work with such a seasoned veteran.